Kings and queens, what's going on? And welcome back to another episode of Kicking It with Kay. Of course, it is your girl Kayla, also known as what? Your favorite life coach. Yep, you guessed it correct. And listen, I am super excited for this episode. As you guys can see, I have a new guest joining me on the couch today, but we'll get more into that a little later. I will let him introduce himself. The conversation is going to be good, so I hope you guys are ready for it. But you guys already know, before we get started with any Kicking It with K episode, we always got to start out with what? The K announcement. So make sure you guys do what? Govern yourselves accordingly. So shout outs to Nada B in the community. As you guys know, she is a brand ambassador for Mary Kay. She is the top dog in Mary Kay, okay? So if you need any Mary Kay products, from skincare, hand soaps, the whole nine, make sure you guys check out Nada B. I'm going to insert the flyer. Make sure you guys use the promo code and shop with her. Secondly, also shop with Mike Ryder. Shout out to him with his brand Entrepreneurs Need Love Too. If you are an entrepreneur or know an entrepreneur, make sure you go and support. It's a t-shirt brand. He do hats, hoodies, all that good stuff. So make sure you guys go and support and make sure you use the promo code. And then lastly, you guys know your girl got merch for sale. If you enjoyed the I Know the Plug shirts that me and my closest friend had on the last episode, make sure you DM me so that you can get your shirt. And that concludes the K announcement. So thank you guys for governing yourselves accordingly. So on today's episode, I don't know what to call you. If I should call you by your government name, if I should call you by, I don't know. What you want to be called today? Either or. So you guys, welcome to the Kicking It with K podcast, BruhMike. BruhMike, how are you today?
I'm doing good. Thank God for this opportunity. Good to be here with you.
Listen, I am so glad that you are here. We have talked multiple times, and every time that we talk, it always ends with, let me know when you're ready for me to come on the podcast. Let me know. So I am glad to have you on for this episode today. So for the people that do not know you, introduce yourself.
Okay, so government-wise, my name is Michael Berrien, and I go by BruhMike. I've been going by BruhMike for close to 20 years. It's my artist name. I do music. So that's kind of the title that I have been going by and what most people know me by as BruhMike, OG BruhMike. OG stands for Obey God. Just a little acronym that God gave me. And I'm a father. Husband. I work with the Department of Juvenile Justice. That's my occupation. Right now I'm a trainer. I instruct classes, teach CPR and mental health and trauma and different things of that nature. But looking forward to moving into a new position soon where I will be, my responsibility will be to bring volunteers in from the streets inside the facility to do programs with the youth. So
that's what's up. So, BruhMike, Kicking It with K.
It's always hard to, when somebody say, introduce yourself, like who are you? It's like,
yeah.
Because even everything I name, I know it's so much more to me than that. But that's the first thing that come up for me, because I guess that's what people know me as, especially for the music part. That's mostly what people know me by.
That is true. Like, even with that question, because a lot of times when people ask, like, tell me about yourself or who are you, we always tell people different attributes or things that we are affiliated or associated with, but sometimes it's hard for us to like talk about ourselves a lot. So that's one thing a lot of people struggle with. So you're not alone on that.
Right.
So getting into this episode for today, you are a artist.
Yes.
So you are, I guess the genre would be considered Christian rap.
Yeah, Christian rap, gospel rap, hip hop or whatever. That's the genre.
That's the genre. So how did you get into the art? Like, was this something that you woke up one day and was just like, it's my dream to be a rapper out here in these streets and I'm a rep Jesus? Or it was, how, tell me your story. How did you come to this point in your life?
So, I was rapping when I was a teenager. It's before Jesus. You know, I was raised in the church. And you know, as a teenager, I went to church, and there was a youth pastor. Well, I don't even know if he was a youth pastor, but he was a pastor that used to always inspire the youth.
Yeah.
Paul Little. You know, he used to be in Pleasant Hill, and I used to go to the church, and I was inspired by him. So I always believed that, you know, I was a believer or whatnot, and I did music. But back then, my music, I was talking about stuff that I was into, like the streets.
Right.
So I was in the streets, and, you know, going to church, being out with them, I seen another side of, you know, the Christian faith, that you can be young and do it for God and have fun and stuff. But I didn't get on that realm really until I went to prison.
Yeah.
So during the time of going to church with them down there in Pleasant Hill, I got arrested. You know, I got arrested for 3 counts of armed robbery, kind of kidnapping. That's the life I had been living.
Yeah.
Me and my 2 friends. So I was out there, but the whole time I was doing music.
Right.
We just was doing music that talked about drugs, sex, money, gang affiliation, all this, because these are the things that we was into. And then it was in prison. You know, fast forward, it was in prison when I really got serious about God. I had an encounter with God that I started doing music for God that was more like on the Christian tip.
Right.
I gave my life to God, and I stopped doing music altogether because I didn't know that you could actually do music for God the way that I was doing music.
Right.
So I let it go, like, wholeheartedly. And I just was reading my Bible, going to church, praying and stuff. And then it's like God started speaking to me, and I started writing songs about him. But I used to write it to beats, like Trick Daddy beats, Wayne beats, T.I. I would listen to their music, but I would like block their vocals out and just hear the beat, and I would write my own songs to the beat. So that's where it kind of began. I was in Hancock State Prison at the time when I became a Christian rapper or whatever.
Got you. So with that, just from that piece of your story, you legit had a transformation to take place, because you started out here, but due to the things that you went through in life, or the things that you experienced in life, it changed, it shifted some things around for you. How easy, or what was the process for that? Did you find was it easy to let go of the streets, because that was like what you knew, to changing over to becoming this lover for God, a lover of Christ? Was it easy to let go of those old things?
It was semi easy, because I had motivations with an S on the end. It wasn't just the fact that I gave my life to God and I'm coming into this newfound faith and love for Jesus. I also didn't want to go back to prison.
That part.
So I had other motivations. So, of course, I let go a lot of things, but there was still some things that it was a transition. You know what I'm saying? You know, definitely coming home after 3 years, not being around females and living for Jesus behind bars, and then coming out to the open.
Right.
And now, you know, that part of you coming alive again. So, you know, that was a challenge, and just, you know, being in the wrong place at the wrong time. But like the things like that, you know, of course I was not robbing no more, doing none of the street stuff no more. I didn't even want to, like, if you had a gun or drugs or anything on you, I wouldn't even want to be around you at all.
Right.
When I came home, I was afraid to walk to the store, because I thought I was gonna get in trouble, and I didn't want to do nothing that would risk my freedom.
That part.
But you know, so some things was automatic. and some things was a challenge to get by.
Got you. So coming into that, because there are a lot of young people today that struggle with just finding like the right crowd of people to hang with. You said you had those motivations, those motivators that stuck with you because you knew what you didn't want to do anymore. You
Right.
just came out of it, and I had that experience. I don't want it no more. What advice would you give like a young person who's struggling in that area to let go of the things that aren't good for them, or any young adult? Because like I said, everybody, we face that type of stuff every day, to where it's like not necessarily a battle, but it is a battle that we fight. Learning how to, or knowing I can stay in this area with this group of people, or I need to move on, I need to let go. What advice would you give someone who's like, that's a big struggle for them?
I would say don't give up. Be consistent. Know what you want. Like realize, really come to a conclusion between you and God of what you want, what kind of lifestyle that you want to live, and understand that it's possible.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, a lot of young people, they see other people. People, period. They see people living certain lifestyle, or letting go certain stuff, or stepping out on faith and all that, and they believe that it's not for them. It's
Right.
just the other people. Maybe they're stronger than them, or maybe this, or maybe that, but it's for everybody.
Right.
So I believe that if we just stay consistent, and if you want to come out of certain situations, surround yourself with people that may be already on that path. If you're a believer, if you're a young person and you want to really live your life for God, then it's going to cause you to transition your circle some.
Right.
Add people in your circle that on the same tip that you want to be on, although you may not be on it yet. Put people in your circle that's already there, and those influences will help you get where you want to be.
That part. I'm glad you said you have to transition your circle. That's one thing, because everybody, they want to be in the in crowd. They want to be a part of the popular crew. Even if they say it or don't say it, there's a part of us, we're all human, and we want to be accepted in some type of capacity by others. But knowing that a person isn't for you, or knowing that everybody has a season in your life. Some people are meant to be there for a long period of time. Some people are there to just be there for a season, or just a quick minute for you to learn what you need to learn,
Correct.
grow from whatever you need to grow from, or, get whatever it is that you need to get. But that's one thing that we always gotta learn how to do, is be willing to let some people go. Especially me and my closest friend, we talked about this on the I Know the Plug episode, when we was talking about just networking and stuff with people. Like, you have to be very mindful of who you surround yourself with, who you're talking to in this business, or business in general, because you want to surround yourself with people that sees your dreams and your vision and want to help you get there. But sometimes people are only in it for themselves. Like,
Right.
what can I get out of this? And they don't care if you get locked up, or you take the consequence for whatever action. So, like, just being mindful of those things.
Correct. Like I'll be 38 in January, so I'm close to 40.
Come on,
But
January.
it took me this long to realize those things,
Right.
Because sometimes we don't get it early. And me, I'm a person. When I love hard.
Yes.
I care about my friends. And then in life you can find out that people don't feel the same way about you that you
That
feel
part.
about them. And from there you can continue to keep giving out in that same place, that there will be no reciprocity, because of that's just the type of people they are. But you learn that, okay, and it ain't about cutting people off.
Right.
It ain't about treating people wrong or nothing. It's about finally getting to a point in yourself that you realize your own value,
That part.
your own worth, and that you start to care about yourself some, and love yourself some, to realize that a lot of stuff that we give ourselves to, we don't have to.
That is so true. So as a man, how is it for you to find that value of worth? How did you tap into that for yourself?
Of all the all the times, I guess, that people make me feel like I wasn't worth nothing. Eventually, you find out that you are.
Yeah.
And it comes from, love from people. It can come from love from people and love from God mainly. And just really understanding, who God created you to be.
Yeah.
Because it takes time. When I read in the Bible, I see a lot of men, when they really came into their assignment or whatever, they were old. They hadn't got older.
Yeah.
Through their,
They got a little season.
it wasn't too many young ones that really got it. It's like when they, through life, when they got older, they really came to some conclusions, and it just, it takes time to get there.
Yeah.
And to realize that you are valuable after people make you feel like you're not. And you, at some point, you'll get tired of joining in them beating on you.
That part.
And you just have to be careful not to enter over into a prideful place when you get there.
Most definitely.
And then start treating people like they treated you.
Yeah, that is so true.
So just focusing on the love of God. And, in my life, I've been on this walk with Christ almost 20 years, but I fail here and there. And in the midst of falling, and God literally leaving the 99 to come and get the one, new revelations come along with that.
Right.
New revelations of His love and who I am and how valuable I am. And when you do get back on your feet, it's like Jesus told Peter, when you converted, strengthen your brothers. Don't beat them up. Don't treat people like they were treating you. Like, we really have to be an example for Christ at all times. That don't never change. We don't never get to sit that down if we are followers of Him.
Right.
There's never a moment that we're not gonna treat people like He treat us.
That is so true. I think you just really, said a mouthful there, because like our older generation, they'll say stuff like, just keep living and you'll find out for yourself. And like, that's a true statement, because, stuff, it just doesn't happen overnight. You gotta go through some things. You gotta live through some things. Your tests and trials, when it comes with people, just different situations, and you'll definitely learn for yourself and know for yourself, I'm worth more than this, or
right.
I know my worth, and I'm not gonna let no one devalue me for whatever you think it is. But I'm worth more than that. So keep living.
Right. Keep living.
Keep living. So going along with the music, how long have you been doing music? I know you say you started when you was a teenager.
Yeah, I was like, I think I was 14, 15 when I started like doing music and finding out that I could rap and write my own raps and actually recording. I was 14, 15, but 19 when I started doing godly music. Yeah, so 14 and 19 just doing whatever, and then at 19 started rapping for God, and now I'm 37, so I've been doing that almost 20 years.
That's what's up. One of my favorite movies, and this is random, but it's not random, but the movie Brown Sugar. Have you seen that movie before? I
have. It's been a minute. I can't even tell you like what it's about. I do remember that movie though, the name and the movie. Yeah.
One of my favorite lines from Brown Sugar is when they ask the question, "When did you fall in love with hip hop?"
Oh yeah. So I had to be. It was definitely around 13, 14, because I remember before, every morning before school, I would listen to Pastor Troy. I was on Twister, listen to the Dirty Boys,
Hey.
I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I just and then from that I met a guy. He was 12 at the time. I was
Uh-huh.
14. This later became my best friend. Like
Okay.
one of my best friends. It was the guys I went to prison with. Those
Mm-hmm.
are the two people that were my best friends growing up, and we
Gotcha.
still friends to this day. But he was 12 at the time, and I was 14. And so he used to be rapping all the time,
Mm-hmm.
freestyling. We used to get high. He would just freestyle. He freestyle. He always rapping to the point of like, man, be quiet. Like, cause I went on. Then next thing you know, all us started doing music and stuff and got in the flow. And then that's when I found out like I could really do it. Like
Yeah.
I could write my own, song. I can write my own rap. Cause before that, like I wasn't really into it. But my brother, I got a brother. We got the same mama.
Mm-hmm.
He had been rapping since third grade. My brother had like lyrics. And I wasn't rapping. I just was in the street, like selling drugs, gang affiliated.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing music. But later on, it's like I had the gift. It was already in me. But when I started like trying to do it, it just came
Mm-hmm.
so natural. Like even if I let you hear like my first song was from the streets, you'll be like, sound like you been doing it for a while.
Right.
But it was like my first rap. Like I don't even know if it's still out there. It's maybe somewhere. Um, Out there, I said one cuss word in it. I said my mama can't hear that one. But it was dope. Like what I'm talking about dope, I guess, because I didn't sound like a beginner. It sounded like
Yeah.
I had been doing it for a
It sounds like
while.
you've been in the
Yeah,
game for a
yeah.
while.
My first one, like it was a good rap that I
That's
put
what's
together.
up.
Yeah.
So, out of all the years you have been doing music, what is your process still the same? Like, how do you come up with your lyrics? Is it you just sit down in a quiet space and you just start writing, or how do you get your inspiration to write?
Like simply, I can just hear a beat. If I hear a beat, I can just go. I
Mm,
pray. I try to rely on the Holy Spirit so much that when I hear a beat and I know I can just do it, I always take time to be like, Holy Spirit, give me the words to say or help me write this song.
yeah,
Because I don't want to ever think that it's just me.
right.
Because although, the gift and the call without repentance, like if I wasn't following God or doing music for God, I still could do music.
Hmm.
But I just rely on God that much that I'm gonna let Him know that I know where it come
Right.
from. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's easy. Like you put a beat on, I just write.
And you just go for it.
Yeah,
See,
like quick.
everybody can't do that.
Yeah, like real
that
quick.
that takes a lot of talent, and that's a gift because
Yeah,
everybody can't just hear it and just go for it.
yeah. I probably got like maybe 200 songs, close to 200 songs recorded, and like I got so much music. I told you at the album release, I got that was my 15th album, but I got like three, four
Mhm.
more already in the works. Just I do them like little bit by little bit. It depends on what I want to talk about. Like
Right.
right now, I got this R&B album I'm finna drop.
I saw you post about it.
Yeah, so it's like maybe close to 10 songs, all dedicated to my wife. But
Mm,
I think it's godly. It's like a godly love type situation,
I
you know.
got you.
But
That's
it's
what's
pretty
up.
dope. Though. Yeah.
That's what's up. Make sure you guys go and download and stream his music. Of course, a link will be down in the description box, so make
Yes.
sure you go in, check that out, get them ratings up. So make sure y'all do that. Now, with the music, because you are operating in the Christian rap, gospel rap type vibe, let me ask this question: is there a difference between Christian rap, gospel rap, or is it just
Oh man. So this this question was asked to me recently, and it started a big whole commotion.
really
I know what I'm talking about in my mind, but I don't know if I can.
articulated, right?
Yes. So me personally, I think it's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
It can be all the same, depending on who you ask, but I think it's a difference. When I hear the word Christian rap, to me, it's just more entertainment. It's
Okay.
more, you can kind of talk about anything, as long as it's positive, it's Christian. You know, it's more like, I can't really get it, but I'm gonna say this. So when I talk about gospel rap, it's more like the gospel, the message, the Bible on beats, like, is more heartfelt, more deep.
Gotcha.
You know, more songs like, you know, you're talking to God like you in the prayer closet, more like worship, like. And to me, I feel like different artists do different things. It's not all gospel rap, it's not all Christian rap. I feel like I am on the gospel rap side, because you know, I know I'm gonna it may be some debates behind this, but I can say this because I've been doing Christian music almost 20 years. There's a lot of people that do Christian gospel rap, but they ain't really. I'm not saying they not living it, but just the connection with God. It may be just more music than anything.
Right.
Like, it's just music to them. It ain't just like this is like a part of my relationship with God. It ain't just I'm trying to do music for Him. Right. Like, I'm doing music with Him. That's a
I got
difference.
you. Not for Him, but with Him.
Yeah.
So it's literally about the connection, the relationship that comes with it.
Right.
I never would have looked at it that way, but it makes sense.
It gets deep, because like I said, with Christian rap, when you say Christian rap, it's like anything can kind of fall under that when it comes to just entertainment, something hype. You know, it don't have a lot of biblical stuff. You might say Jesus one or two times, but it's something just you could just vibe to. You feel me? Or just dance to it, whatever. But on the gospel rap tip, like, you know for sure what this is.
Yeah.
It ain't hidden. You know, it ain't like you trying to, I guess, be like the world, put a little Jesus in it. Because that you got, in my space of music, you got people that are Christian rappers that don't even like to claim the title because they feel like you won't get as much play.
Yeah.
So just, instead of saying I'm a Christian rapper, just call me a rapper that's a Christian. And me, I'm like, I will take the full Christian rap title because it's like, I want people to know what I'm doing. I don't think we should trick people. You know what I'm saying? Jesus didn't trick nobody. He presented he displayed what he was gonna display from the gate. He never tricked people into the faith. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For likes or whatever the case may be. And you know, so.
That's good. So with the music industry, like, do you think, because just how you just said, you know, some people do it for, but you do it with God. Do you think there's always like a thin line between certain stuff? How do you see the progression of gospel rap or Christian rap, both, let's just say both, putting them together, Christian and gospel rap? Do you see it more on a high rise, like are more people getting into that, or is it just something like it's a small community and that's it?
It's a small community according to the percentage. I think we like 2% maybe, but it's definitely on the rise. It's big. Like, everybody, you know, ain't gonna say everybody, but there's a lot of people that's opening up to it.
Right.
We talking about 20 years ago, it wasn't as accepted as it is now. Like, in the church, even in certain churches, like, people that used to wouldn't allow that to go on, it's going on. You know, it's everywhere. And it's basically because a lot of people use it as a technique to win the youth and all that, which I don't think it should be. Like, it's bigger than just something to win the youth with.
Right.
Like, and a lot of people get targeted as youth ministers or rap just for the, you know, youth. That's why we get shoved to Friday and Saturday. But we need to hear more on Sunday morning.
On Sunday morning.
Yeah,
That made me think
during
about.
worship. Yeah, well, that's because it's worship too. Like,
Yeah.
don't throw us to the side, but then bring us in just to, okay, y'all can hype the youth up. Like, that's not what this is.
Right.
Yeah,
it definitely causes a lot of
it can be very controversial.
that it can.
Yeah,
I was
but-
gonna use the
but
word
it shouldn't.
tension, but
Yeah,
it
it shouldn't
shouldn't
be.
because I
Yeah.
remember when Kurt Franklin came out with the whole Revolution album and stuff like that. Like that caused like a lot of chaos.
Correct.
Or in the
Why?
right.
Because it was new.
Because it was
And
new,
it was
people
not
didn't
the
understand
traditional.
it. It wasn't
Right.
tradition.
Right.
And a lot of times we get stuck in tradition and
Right.
can't progress forward because, again, it goes to that, well, we always done it this way. It's always been that way. And we never leave a door open or a space open for something new and innovative to come in.
Yeah, but it's very clear to me that God is using it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are people that are giving their life to God through the vehicle of hearing about the gospel through gospel rap, Christian rap, and getting faith in Christ through that and accepting Christ, accepting salvation through that mode.
Mm-hmm.
And me, I like rap over any music because there's not another genre of music that you can really get a message across like you can in rap.
Yeah.
You can really get the point across. You can drive it home. So
that part. That's real good. So out of all of the albums, out of all of the songs that you have written or that you have produced, put out there, have not put out there, what is one line that is your favorite or one that you go to keep you motivated and to keep you going? Give me your top two.
mine's okay. I got a hook on this song I got called Hourglass.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, live it out, tell the whole world about Jesus Christ is Lord, no doubt. Hourglass, we're running out of time. Hourglass, don't get left behind. So, and that speaks to me often, like, just comes to my mind. Because sometimes in life can get busy, we can get off track.
Right.
But hearing things like that just really kind of bring me back to focus. Because we on this earth for a small moment of time. Even if you live for 100 years, that's not long.
Right.
And you got something that you're supposed to be doing. And if you get off track, whenever you are off track, you're not doing what you called to do.
Right.
So stuff like that make me think about, what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
Like being an example for him,
Dope.
So yeah.
What's your second one?
Second, let me see. I don't know. I would say, God, I know you're with me, even in this valley. I am not alone, 'cause you are always around. You'll be here forever. You will never leave me. You are more than a friend. I know that you'll stay down. That is like remind me that I'm not by myself, and that God is always with me, no matter what.
Yeah.
That rings in my head too. The song is called "Stay Down."
That's what's up. So, who are some of your inspiration or people you look up to in the industry or just in general?
I look up to Canton Jones a lot. Like, he inspired me a lot. But before I even knew him on the level that I know him on now, somebody gave me a copy of his album. I don't know. Do you know Dr. Christina Sherrod?
Yes.
Okay, so when I came home from prison, I grew up in the church with her. Her mom was my pastor since little, like she used to teach us Sunday school, like Dr. Christine Sherrod. She was like our Sunday school teacher, but she was young too, but she was like on fire and stuff. So she taught us a lot about life in Christ. So when I went to prison, came back home, of course, that's all I knew. I went back there, and I was vulnerable with her one day about me just struggling with trying to stay focused and doing the right thing and changing my lifestyle as far as not listening to secular music anymore. I want to listen to Christian music, but I really couldn't find any that really drew me. So I had went back to listening to the old music, Twisted T.I., all that. And she said, "Have you ever heard of Canton Jones?" I say, I ain't know him. I never heard of him. And then she put the password in my hand. Mm-hmm. And I listened to it, like, and it really like just changed me. And at that point, it's like I knew that I wanted to do music for God, like, and wasn't no back and forth. Cause I was doing music for God, but I was, my lifestyle was still kind of, that was like, I wasn't ashamed of it, but it was like me hearing him, and then another guy named Terrence Hicks, he gave me a CD by Lecrae. Mm-hmm. It was like back in 2005 when I got this. So, and Lecrae had just came out. When I heard Canton, then I heard Lecrae, it was like I'm unashamed now. Like, it's like then everybody know. Like, I'm ready from God. I don't care what nobody think, how they feel. I ain't trying to fit in. It's just like I'm rocking with Jesus. You with me or not? Because I knew I was dope. Like, I knew I could put some songs together and words together. So, I wasn't really worried about how people may felt about it, because all they could say, yeah, you're a Christian rapper, but like, you coming with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's what's up. Shout outs to Canton Jones.
Yes.
I've had the pleasure of meeting him through the whole free life movement that he got going on, and he's like a breath of fresh air, you know?
Definitely.
And so, like, even just to hear his story and just to see him engage and interact with people it's a blessing. So shout outs to Kenton Jones.
Yep. K-Joe.
A real one, for real. So as we are coming to a close for this episode, because I ain't gonna hold you guys long or you long,
right?
But you have a book, so you are an author as well. Talk a little bit about your book.
So my book is called From a Convict to a Convert, and it's the heartbeat of the book is the day that I met Jesus Christ. I was in Hancock State Prison at the time, in a cafeteria. I heard the gospel being preached. I had this powerful, unforgettable encounter with God, changed my life forever. February 19, 2005. And the book, the heart of the book is about that moment, but around that is, I was in the streets. What I got locked up for, I got 3 counts of armed robbery and kind of kidnapping. I talk about all things leading up to that, then me going to prison, and just my life in prison and what I seen, what I heard, and what I experienced. Then meeting Jesus, then after that, how my life was after my transition, and while I was still in prison, then coming home. And that's pretty much it. The book is about 172 pages, 12 chapters. I think it's a good read. It'll have you on a roller coaster, crying, happy, laughing, all over the place. Do you get? I need to PDF it to you too.
Do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna PDF it to you.
Do that.
You gonna cry a little bit?
I have my t-shirt ready.
For real.
One thing that I glean from you, or that I always think about when we have conversations or when I just see you in general, is that there's always light at the end of the tunnel if you want it.
Correct.
You know,
Correct.
because again, we never know the cards that we will be dealt in life, because life is a journey. Everything that
Right.
we do is a process, but it's how you handle the things that you go through, and your attitude about it. And throughout everything that you have been through, like, you found yourself keeping this level head, like, even when people pulling you to come at this way, or no, just give it one more shot, or do this, do that, you always stuck to your ground and kept progressing forward. So that's one thing that I always think, like, when I see you, is that there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
So that's what's up.
I thank God, that he changed my heart because of the things I've been through. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's always a wrestle. It's
Yeah.
just like, for instance, if I ain't got no money and I need some money, I ain't got no money. Sometimes the first thing that don't come to my head is trust God.
Yeah.
Sometimes it be like, move something,
Right.
like sell something that you don't supposed to sell, or
Mm-hmm.
all these things, but it's still a fight
Yeah.
for me to say, nah, I ain't gonna do that. That ain't me. Trust God. He always come through. But those things do try to present themselves. And just because
Mm-hmm.
I'm saved or we saved don't mean that things from our past won't try to come and present themselves. It's always
That
gonna be
part.
a fight in the
That
flesh,
part.
So
It's a daily fight that we go through each day. So I appreciate you for coming and having this
yes,
conversation with me and the Kicking It with K listeners.
yes.
Before we go, I
She gonna
always
rap.
do, huh?
She gonna rap before we go. Yeah. Give me a bar. Give me
Huh?
two. Give me two bars. Two good bars. I got the rhyme too.
So, y'all stay tuned for just stay tuned, because you got it.
Stay tuned. High like a balloon. You hear what I say. BruhMike on the scene, kicking it with K.A. Yeah.
There we have it. Y'all be on the lookout, because we're going on tour soon. So
We're going on tour, and she just gonna stand there.
I am. I'm going to be the hype person. I can bring you out.
Definitely.
That's what I do. I'll
Yeah.
bring you out, and I'll be your hype person from the side.
Right. And I know a lot of people like you seeing me in this mode is different from seeing me on the stage. It's like I
Right.
kind of transform a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Most definitely. Before we go, any shout outs you would like to give?
Shout out Free Life Making, Apostle Canton Jones, Free Life, Free Life, Free Life. My wife Queen Philly, all our cheering. Shout out to you,
Thank
K,
you.
Coach K, kicking it with K. She kept her promise, kept her word. That's big to me. She said she was gonna have me on here. I'm on here.
Of course.
Shout out to Valente King,
Yeah.
1212 Music Studio for allowing us to be in this space. Shout out to all the real ones around the city of making Georgia, all the leaders, the generals, people that's making things happen. Yeah. Shout out to all the Christian rappers, gospel rappers in the city, doing the bid for the 478.
Hey.
Keep doing your thing. And yeah, connect with me too. I want to work with everybody I can work with. You ain't got to worry about no fees or prices. Just holler at me, because I'm in a space right now where I'm just open to do a lot of these things. So just get with me or I can be got with. All right.
You heard it here. So I will make sure that I put your information down in the description box. So if you guys want to connect with him on Instagram, Facebook, email, booking, all that good stuff, it will be down below. So make sure you guys hit him up. Again, shout outs to 1212 Studios. This is where this episode is being recorded and produced. Shout out to all the staff at 1212. You guys know who you are. Love y'all. We family. Woo the woo. We here because we the we. That's what we do. Again, BruhMike, thank you so much for coming and kicking it with your girl. But kings and queens, until next time, you guys be safe out there. Make good choices. Know that there is always light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
If you want it, you gotta want it.
If you want it.
If you want it. But with that being said, we out.
Peace.